3.5 minutes. Already lost a viewer. My self-esteem is far too low for trying to be an artist. Lost another viewer. I was just dropping off. I had more people on before I started. Oh shoot. Ring light. Woo! Double chin. Yeah, see? I can't see it. It looks really weird. Sorry, that's gross. Three minutes. Well, 2 and change. Ooh, now it's 2 minutes. Or 1 and change. I'm trying to give people an opportunity to get on. I know that makes a longer intro for if you're watching this after it's uploaded, so I apologize, but should have watched it live, man. You missed all the craziness, man. Not really. It's being recorded. Should I brush my teeth? I feel like I should brush my teeth. I check my teeth after eating dinner. Make sure there's nothing stuck there, but I'm getting self-conscious. I feel like I should have brushed my teeth. God forbid the day they invent smell-o-vision. iPad is off to the side because I can watch the chat this way. And then if you can hear music, my TV, Roku, YouTube app playing copyright-free music. Also trying to look at the time on the iPad because it's not on the phone. 6:59 Central Standard Time. If you are watching this and you are not in the Midwest or Middle South or Middle North, if you're not in the middle of the United States. 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. I apologize to anyone watching this from other countries. I know, what is it? Australia is in the future, but I don't know what the time zone's called. Britain is 5 hours in the future. It's like Greenwich Mean Time. Anyways, it's 7, so let's start. Yellow, TENIME here. Today's shirt is a cool little Ghostbusters, the no ghost getting sucked out of his circle into a trap because it's hot as balls. Well, there went Bob from Reboot. I found my vintage Bob toy from childhood from the show Reboot. He's been in my toy review thumbnails since I started. And I had him up there behind Kusanagi and the Tachikoma. And apparently I bumped the couch too much and he fell over onto the floor. Bye, Bob. Anyways, it's hot as balls in Chicago, so that's why I'm not in uniform. But cool Ghostbusters t-shirt. Hi, Homer. I haven't said hi, Homer, in a while. I used to be only doing lives because I had no way of editing, and now I just have no time to edit. So I've got a huge backlog of stuff that the time spent editing a single video when I'm trying to get stuff out in a timely manner, like the release of the Conan or the release of the Silverhawks or the release of this just showed up a few hours ago and I'd called in sick from work. So slept till 2, normally get out of my part-time job at 3. So I really only had like an extra hour and a half conscious extra, but was able to take a pic of the box, use that as reference for the thumbnail, finished up the thumbnail, got it uploaded, ready to go, because we are taking a look at the Mondo, quote unquote, sorry, not centered, the Mondo, quote unquote, 1/12 scale, real Ghostbusters, Peter Venkman and Samhain. And before you come for me in the comments, I know that the Celtic pronunciation of the fall festival associated with Halloween is Samhain, but that is not how this villain's name was pronounced in the real Ghostbusters cartoon. So apologies right now at the beginning. I know it is Samhain. I will be intentionally saying Samhain for the rest of the video. As you can see, I'm having to tilt back because this box is absolutely enormous, and you can see some of the Venkman and pumpkin heads and Slimers for comparisons. Yeah, box is absolutely huge, which seeing Pixel Dan's preview of just Venkman already got me concerned, because I want a 1/12 line of Ghostbusters figures, but Hasbro didn't give us 1/12. They gave us slightly under. And it doesn't look like Mondo's given us 1/12. It looks like they're slightly over. In fact, there's a good chance that Mondo's 1/12 is really 1/10, which is what the Diamond Select Toys ones were. As you can see, Venkman over there. Movie Venkman. I never got the RGB, which sucks. Or like NECA, McFarlane, that's all 1/10. So it's like, we'll get to that complaint later. But to show you the size of the box, it is a 15-inch tall box. And I know that Samhain is huge, but if he truly were 1/12, then I would expect him to be a little shorter. Maybe give us a 13-inch box. But not that the difference in scale between 1/10 and 1/12 is 2 inches, but instead of or so, we have a little sparkly Mondo exclusive here. Oh, I forgot to do my usual thank you. Here, just flip the camera. Thank you, past TENIME, for paying for this back in November when you had money. Because there is no way in blanking heck that present-day TENIME could have ever afforded this thing. And I want to give a preemptive thank you, Kat, my bestie and trivia host, because without her, I would not have been able to pre-order Egon or Winston. So thank you, Kat. I love you very much. Because it really, really would have sucked to only have 1 out of 4. So at the very least, I have 3 secured. We'll see what happens when they finally put Ray up for pre-order. But look, continuing to look at the box. Pull back so we get the real Ghostbusters logo up there. Of course, the firehouse is the front of the box. We have Peter Venkman and Samhain exclusive figure set, Mondo 1/12 scale. I don't think it is 1/12 scale, you lie. 1/12 scale collectible figure. Again, I've seen Pixel Dan's review of Peter, and Pixel Dan's Peter Venkman is not a 1/12 scale figure. Just saying. We got some Storm Collectibles math going on here. Go watch my my Darkstalkers Morrigan video. I give exact numbers there for how tall that quote unquote 1/12 scale figure is. Thankfully, they're doing Storm Arena, which is true 1/12 scale. Well, maybe not true, but 6 inches. True 1/12 tends to be imports, which are a little under 6 inches. But this is not a review for Storm Arena. I have Ken in my pile of loot. I will be doing, while I have not been reviewing the Jada Street Fighter figures, I have been collecting them, but I will be reviewing all of the Storm Arena figures. I wanted to say Street Fighter, but I'm more excited for the Darkstalkers in that than anything. And then I don't really, I know Baki the Grappler, the character. I don't know his franchise, so I'm only getting Baki. And then King of Fighters, again, I'll have to see what characters I identify with. But at the very least, I'll be getting the Street Fighter and Darkstalkers, but this is not a review of Storm Arena. So here's the back of this box. Concept by Alex Brewer. Sculpt by Alex Brewer. Gorgeous job, Alex, from the photos I've seen. Paint, Mark Bristow. Gorgeous job, Mark. Hector Arce and Peter Santamaria, art direction. Gorgeous jobs, guys. Package art by Brett Parson. Obviously, it's gorgeous. We can see that right in here. Package design, Jordan Christensen. Great job, Jordan. This looks really, really fun. Collector's model. This is not a toy. We got a creepy ghost trash can there. We got some Slimer graffiti. We have a Skull and Crossbones graffiti that I don't know if those eyes are graffiti or if the graffiti is alive. The top of the box is the top of the top of the firehouse. Although it's really kind of funny because it's a real firehouse in real life that you can go visit in New York City right now. We know that it is actually like this. So it's like the doors should be here, and then the sign should be here, and then the whole building is like that. So, but I understand why they did it this way, because we can see some magnets in there. We got the doors. Let's open this up. I actually have not done this yet. I took the picture of that for reference for the thumbnail, so I could draw the thumbnail, and then I drew the thumbnail. So I have not yet taken a sneak peek. I pulled this out of the shipping box, and so yeah, we're looking at this together for the first time. Oh, we have some tissue paper. Ooh, look at that. We got the inside of the firehouse doors. And we got the figures in the window. While obviously I absolutely wanted the giant monsters, the ghosts, the Samhain, I am a little jealous that the single pack of just Venkman and Slimer, and then you still get the little Samhain. I am a little jealous that those people's boxes is a ghost trap. So not that the firehouse isn't cooler than the ghost trap, sorry, but the firehouse is a lot cooler. But it's still, still a cool concept for the ghost trap for the smaller box. So you can see this is not taped, so I don't have to get my box cutter out. Ooh. I'll show you the bottom of the box when it's not so heavy. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'll show you the bottom of the box right now anyways. Well, 14 plus barcode. Not sure if you're going to find this in stores because this was a Mondo exclusive. Pre-orders open only for a month. Thank God for the shop payment plans, because then even past TENIME would not have been able to have gotten this. Whoa! There they are in the tray. We have a awesome insert, which I am 100%. I mean, I'm keeping the box regardless, because that's just, you know, it's the firehouse. That's awesome. But the insert is more of the firehouse, and it's got, sorry, I don't have a lot of arm length. We have some cardboard standees of some more ghosts, like Fearsome Flush, who is actually sitting off to my side because I had to dig out all my GB stuff for comparisons. You can see already that a lot of the comparisons are going to be mini-mates, but that's cool as crap, man. You know, workbench over here with some tools. We got the bell over here. We got one. See the pole, stairs. Let's separate the cardboard standees. Maybe I can sneak under the table to grab the real Fearsome Flush. Come on. Try not to hurt the backdrop. Of course, the knife isn't very sharp. Well, it's the knife I use for cutting boxes open, so it's, you know, I don't want to dull a good blade doing that. All right. First, I thought when I was reaching into the box that this was like a comic book, but while a comic book would have been cool, A, you run the risk of it being something you already have. So I don't have all the IDW stuff. I have Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles, and then I have I do have the Ghostbusters Get Real, where the IDW versions, which are closer to the movie versions, where they meet the real Ghostbusters. And it's an awesome read. If you have never read that and you are a Ghostbusters fan, I would recommend picking it up. Even if you have never seen the cartoon, it is still a really, really awesome read. Here's the rest of that insert. I got some of the ceiling on the top there, which is awesome. I'm just going to keep saying awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. There's some brick pattern for the floor. We got some tires for the Ecto. Offices back there. Venkman's office. There's Janine's desk. Again, I'm going off the movie here because please don't beat me up in the comments. I haven't seen the cartoon in like 40 years. So, whereas I at least watched the original 1984 movie like 2 or 3 times a year. So definitely going off of my memories of 1 and 2. Although Frozen Empire takes place in the same firehouse, at least. I really liked Frozen Empire. I mean, go watch Cat and Mine's Ghostbusters Trivia. I like the whole franchise. Obviously, there are going to be installments that we like more than others, even if we like all the movies. So, yes, I like 2016. I'm sorry if you don't. Please don't unsubscribe. Alrighty. Punch these guys out here. I'll show you. Punching them out. It's the thick cardboard. Ooh, careful. Pretty nice. Matte finish. And I got the stands. There's Fearsome Flush. Again, don't beat me up, please. The only original Kenner RGB toys that I have are the Wolfman monster, who is over in my Operation Monster Force display with the werewolves over there. And then you're really going to hate me. I don't even know the name of the cop. But I've got the cop. He's sitting over Neither were my childhood one. I did have the Wolfman in childhood. I just, as I said last time, I featured Wolfman in a video. I don't know if this is my childhood one or if it's one I had to get off eBay later, but I did not have the cop. I did get him, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, and I think I got him from Crush Collectibles in Elmhurst, Illinois. Not sponsored, but Charlie, you should sponsor me. If Charlie's even, Charlie's not going to watch. Charlie's awesome. Charlie is an awesome, awesome guy. If you are ever in Elmhurst, Illinois, or a nearby suburb, you really, really need to go visit Crush Collectibles because they have a great selection. Charlie, the owner and operator, is just the coolest person. Very, very personable and easy to talk to about nerd stuff. So he may not be sponsoring my videos, but I highly recommend Crush Collectibles. But that's where I got the cop monster. The rest of my RGB stuff is the Hasbro re-releases, including the RGB Venkman, who is off to the side. So, the tray. Ooh. Ooh. This hat is already getting super hot. The tray is not taped. You know what I forgot? I forgot to grab other Mondo stuff. Like, it wasn't a priority because they're their own scale. The Daria and Real Monsters stuff, and then my old Ninja Turtles. The old Ninja Turtles are 6th scale, but you go back and watch the Real Monsters and Daria videos, and I can never figure out what scale those are in. I want to angle it down, maybe, because there's some alternate hands for Samhain. We have a Ghost Trap cartridge. So it's not the trap itself, but it fits in the trap of Samhain getting sucked down in. Really awesome. Very cool. Wonder if it can balance without the trap. Nope, probably not. Lean it up again. Maybe not. Maybe don't use the tallest cardboard standee. Ooh. We have, how in the heck am I supposed to? Okay, well, that'll break it. Huh. I'm not sure how this works. The proton pack. Awesome RGB design. We got the Neutrona wand here. Awesome RGB design. So we got that little hook there for the belt. But then it's like, so there's where you would hang the wand, but the handle, which is a hard plastic, is wider than that. So forcing that in is going to break the clip. But then the hose is too thin. So is it thinner right here? Really don't want to break my new toy right out of the box. Oh, that is not working. Okay. At the base of it. I feel like there's not enough room there. Man, I don't know. About down here. That's, well, that sculpted wire is getting in the way, because otherwise you'd be able to, like, take it there. That's too wide. I don't think that's how that goes. All right, well, we'll figure it out. I know T-Fits over on Articulated Thoughts said he had to heat up this belt so it wasn't like up so high. So I'm going to have to do that. We got some clips for the ghost trap. Uh-oh. Strap came out. I'm assuming it's supposed to, because how else are you going to get it on the figure? Ta-da! Like a little... Is that supposed to be a sticker or a vent? It's like a vent. You got screws. You wouldn't screw a sticker to the motherboard. We have... We have a stand for Peter. Move these ghosts back. Yep, knew that was going to happen. Sorry to keep hitting the camera. Maybe if I were standing, it'd be easier to move around the camera without hitting it, but I have bad everything, so this is the most comfortable way to do this. Live or recorded. I mean, still recorded, but live or edited. We have some glove cuffs. It is a rubbery material. We have... Oh, that's cool. We have some gloved grip hands. And they have the free-floating, not free-floating, but peg, sphere with hinge, peg into the hand. So you can either have a horizontal hinge, or you can rotate the peg in the hand, and now you have your vertical hinge. I like that. That is really, really awesome, because the vertical hinge is helpful for guns or neutrons, but then holding it in both hands might be awkward if you had two verticals or two horizontals, but the fact that you can rotate any, and you can get like at any angle, like a 3/4 vertical horizontal-ish thing. Meshen quest thing. Well, that rules you out, Pip. We have a ghost trap with a pedal. We have a very rigid cord going from pedal to trap. Is this bendy? If it's bendy, then don't bend it too much, because then you will twist it to breaking. It is bendy, so don't twist it too much or you will break it. That's cool. Ghost trap is empty, of course. We have a cartridge here to slide in, which is really awesome. It fits nice and snugly. That's cool. Closed cartridge, and then you can slide it out, put it in the containment unit, and when the light is green, the trap is clean. Slide the cartridge with Samhain in there, and then, ooh, see, it's already starting to physics. I don't know if you saw how light it was at the base there before I bent it back into position. Just trying something a little natural, but not completely straight. Okay. Oop, that doesn't really balance by itself. Okay. Nope. All right. We have a grumpy Peter Venkman face, head, the whole head, the entire head. He's grumpy. See, I always thought it was perfect that Lorenzo Music was the original voice actor for cartoon Peter Venkman, and Bill Murray played the live-action version. Lorenzo Music was also the original cartoon voice of Garfield, and in the first two live-action movies, I haven't seen the second one. The first one's pretty bad, but in the live-action movies of Garfield, Bill Murray's the voice. So I always liked that mirroring of Bill Murray and Lorenzo Music characters balancing themselves out like that. I always really liked that. We have a very large, very heavy, creepy, laughing, evil laughing Samhain head. Awesome. We have a, come on. They're wrapped in plastic, so it's like I'm trying to get them out of the bubble. We have a very angry, demonic, very upset Samhain. That's how they plug into the body. We have the ghost of John Belushi. Look it up. Onion Head was his original name. And it wasn't until the cartoon that he received the name Slimer. Now, they do use the term Slimers in the first live-action movie, but it was not his name. It was just the unofficial name, like on set, was Onion Head. But yeah, so see that separation there with the neck would have been a great opportunity for a swappable head for him. He only has, just because of the stand being a ball and his socket, he only really gets that movement, and then he only has cut shoulders. Well, they don't move in or out. And then a big complaint with everybody has been the fact that that's how tall his stand is. So he's literally going to be looking at all the Ghostbusters' knees. Who should I do first? Venkman or Samhain? Put it in the comments. Venkman or Samhain? Who am I pulling out? Let me know below. I know there's only one or two. Okay, there's a couple of you. Thanks. Oh, almost forgot that. So before Venkman or Samhain, while you're putting that in the comments, we have an awesome proton stream. Very cool. Put in the comments, Venkman or Samhain, who do you want to see first? Kat says Venkman. Unless someone contradicts her, we'll see Venkman first. Here's the neutrona wand. There's a hole in the proton stream, and it plugs on like that. That's really awesome. That's how it looked in the cartoon. How do you know you haven't seen it in 40 years? All right, Kat says Venkman. You will look at Venkman first. Let me test the joints back here. Flip the camera so you're not just staring at... Come on, there we go. Yeah. Test the joints there. This is definitely a bigger than 6-inch figure, which upsets me very, very much. Mondo. Like, is there a license reason? So, like, is there a legal reason why no company can make 6-inch Ghostbuster figures? That would suck, but at least it would explain why everyone keeps skirting around 6 inches without ever actually getting to it. He has the same kind of wrist hinges. Well, I'll go over articulation on camera, so sorry. Does it come apart? Don't break the expensive toy. No? Okay. Ah! Broke his neck. I don't know if you caught that in the my video for... What video was that? Was that Silverhawks? Where, like, looking at the head articulation, like, my finger hit it, and because it was kind of loose on the neck, it like spun around really fast. So in the edit, I inserted a bone-breaking sound effect. I think that was Silverhawks. I think it was Steel Will. break Steel Will's neck in the in the review. Go watch that when you're done here, if you haven't already watched it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Looking at the type of articulation there. Ooh, squeaky plastic. And then, okay, flippity doodah. Flippity yay. What's that from? Oh, it's from a movie that Disney pretends never existed. I'm not forgiving the problematic elements of it, but it's got some great animation. It's got some great music. Put the disclaimer that it was a different time back then. That doesn't excuse the horrendous representations in this, but to pretend it never happened is worse than accepting it happened and trying to be better than it. Song of the South, if you're still unaware of what I'm talking about. We have Mr. Peter Venkman himself. My favorite thing about real Ghostbusters is their different colored uniforms. Not that there's anything wrong with the classic movie, but I really, really do like the fact that not only do they all have different color uniforms, but the trim is also. So it's not just an ugly brown jumpsuit. He's got this awesome teal collar and cuffs, too. I mean, the sculpt and the paintwork is great. It really is. Like I said, I never was able to get the Diamond Select ones just because there were two waves. Wave one was it Venkman and Egon, and wave two was Winston and Ray, or I don't remember, but they kept dropping them when I had no money, and then they sold out everywhere, and they were impossible to get later, and now they're insane prices. So it's like this being a newer option, potentially costing less than the Diamond Select ones would cost, as expensive as these are, plus better construction, because Diamond Selects are notoriously a more rigid and brittle plastic, more along the lines of what NECA uses. And the Ghostbusters especially are known to have many, many QC issues. Well, this is not a review of the Diamond Select Ghostbusters. I do, however, prefer and use the Diamond Select Zool and Vins in my this is not going to work. Oh, Plasma Series display up there. You can see Vins and Zool. I quickly got rid of the Build-A-Zool and then being forced to buy another Build-A-Zool to get Vin's Lewis Tully from Plasma Series is what prevented me from being able to afford getting Vin's Lewis from Plasma Series. And then I'm gonna cover it here because I won't be able to do a video of while I did a video of the HasLab 2-in-the-box trap and PKE meter, I will not be able to do a video of the HasLab Plasma Series Ecto 1 because I backed it. Hasbro still claims that my order was one of the backed orders. And I'm not the only person this happened to either. When cards were attempted to be charged if they failed, the previous year, December 2023, we were given the entire month. We were given until December 31st to fix our billing for the trap and PKE. Plus, when the cards didn't go through, we got emails saying, hey, your card didn't go through. Well, December of 2024, They either didn't send emails to anybody, or something got lost along the way, because it never showed up in my inbox. It never showed up in my spam. I always get all of my Hasbro Pulse emails, but I never got the email that said your payment didn't go through for the Ecto HasLab. I decided to check because I didn't know when they were going to try and charge it, because the backing, I think, ended mid-November. So it's like, okay, when are you going to try and charge it? They didn't, like, they tried to charge it like 6 or 8 days into December. It was not an even number, or a number that made sense. Like, it wasn't the first Sunday or whatever. It was like the second Tuesday. So when I decided to check and see what's going on with this, because I want to give them my $400+ or whatever when I had it, it had been 2 weeks since they had tried to charge it. And because I didn't get the email 2 weeks prior, I didn't see that if there was an email, that it said in the email that there's 2 weeks to fix your billing. So I couldn't fix the billing myself. So I called into customer service, but they were closed at that time. So I waited until the next day, and they're like, "Oh, we canceled it last night." Like, okay, well, reinstate it and take my money now. Do you not want my money? Do you not like money? This was not a matter of my order got canceled, and so that unit went to someone else to order. This wasn't a limited stock option. This was a made-to-order item, and they were already counting. I'm getting loud here, man. They were already counting my order in backed units, and yet they refused to reinstate my order. So I'm really not happy with Hasbro Pulse Premium. I'm really not happy with Hasbro Pulse for canceling my Ecto HasLab, but still counting it in the backed units. So I won't be able to do a video of the HasLab Ecto 1 because they completely bent me over the table and took advantage of me without lube. I'm trying to keep it G-rated here. Getting really freaking angry, and the fact that this MFer isn't 6 inches is not making things better. But he has a dumbbell joint in the top of his neck. The bottom of the neck is stationary, glued into the torso. Ooh, he cannot look up. He can't. Wow. Oh, okay. So I was afraid the mullet would get in the way, but so it is rubbery enough that as long as you don't pop it off the dumbbell, he can look up a little bit. He can kind of bury his chin. I don't know. I feel like, so that's straightforward, and that's looking down. You get a little bit of tilt. Obviously, you get full rotation. You saw it come off easily. The alternate one goes on easily. I love getting this head. I love options. However, we all know that Venkman is the smart aleck. So he will get the smart aleck head. Have a hinged pin. Comes up to about there. It can rotate all the way around. We have a butterfly joint, which is awesome for someone who needs to hold a gun-like object with 2 hands. Not a whole lot of back, not a whole lot of forward, but that's better than if you didn't have it at all. We have single jointed elbows, comes to 90. The elbow pad is loose, which is cool, so it will either travel with it, or if you feel like a rebel, you can keep it stationary while you move the elbow around. So it is a softer material, so you saw it was kind of like stretching to get out of the way. He has the same hinge pin for the hand, so you can either get horizontal or with a simple twist. Nope, that's twisting everything. There we go. Simple twist. You can get vertical. Swapping the hands is pretty easy. Glove cuff, gloved hand, Diamond Select, Venkman can't stand, and the Neutrona wand will not stay on the pack. I remember when these first came out, people were putting rare earth magnets in both the pack and the wand to hold them on. I did get some rare earth magnets, but clearly I never utilized them. And these ankles aren't holding. But this is not a review. He's just going to frickin' fall again. Hi, it's not your video, bro. Okay, well, he's lying down because he's a piece of crap. These have been in storage for so long, like, and just so poor quality that almost all the stickers just fell off in the bin. I should take a picture of the bottom of the bin that's covered in Diamond Select Toys stickers. Freaking floppy. This is briefly a review of Diamond Select Toys Ghostbusters. Very poor quality. I'm very, very grateful because I got all 4 as a birthday present from my awesome, awesome friend, Mike. So I don't want to spit on his generosity because at the time, these were the only Ghostbusters figures to get. And at the time, it was great to have them. So, but yeah, they have not stood the test of time. He only has a swivel in his waist. Looks like you can get a little bit of, but like, I don't think that's actually moving on anything. I think it's just, you're just gapping it up. So, but you get full rotation there. I was trying to look and see what kind of hips there were. I don't know if you can really see all that well, but it's a big ball. Ball hips, so ball and socket. Ah, I didn't notice that. Mondo. Trademark. Comes up to there. Underwear's a little rubbery. It's not the underwear, it's part of the flight suit. Goes back that far, definitely stretches the butt there. We have single jointed knees that do not hit 90. But they do swivel on that joint. We have boot top swivel, which I love, although I don't know if that's, as far as I know, because look at the cuff there and the collar there, and I'm assuming it's the cuff of the flight suit, but it is sculpted to the boot. It's part of the boot sculpt, so it does rotate with that. You have a hinge and pin, comes back all the way, comes forward, woo, almost all the way, and then front-facing pinch all the way in rocker, almost all the way out rocker, but we need more in than out, as I always say. Let's finish gearing him up, shall we? Okay, then pull good old Sam out of there. Cartridge in there. This makes me nervous because I really don't want to break this wire. Well, I do suppose that something like this is just, you know, if you go to like a jewelry craft store, don't support Hobby Lobby, but like Michael's, I'm sure you could find wire that is the same thickness and color if you do break that. I showed those slots coming out. So then we just plug them back in. Come on. There we go. It didn't sit as high as I thought it might. But again, we have confirmation from T-Fits. Thank you, T-Fits. If you heat this up, you can pull it down a little more just to get a little, heat it up, pull it down, let it cool. It'll stay like that. We have here the trap. Okay. So, peg and hole, even though that is a hook, if you look up in there, there is like a little slot, so it will fit there, and then you on, and then I'm very worried about this wire. But that is where you're putting the pedal. That's not the back of the pedal, it's solid, so we are going to, oh my gosh, please don't break. Please do not break. Maybe don't wrap it as tightly as I'm wrapping it, because that may very well break the, the wire. I want it to look nice, though. Okay. Oop. Okay. Then I don't know, like I said, I don't know how this is supposed to... Ooh, actually, I might have found it. Oh, no, that's not. What? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, well. There we go. And to confirm my upset fears and suspicions, even though Pixel Dan already confirmed this, Venkman is 6.5 inches tall. So yeah, that's not 12 scale, guys. I mean, I don't know if Venkman is supposed to be 6.5 feet tall, but you know, that's 1/12 scale. Some Venkman comparisons. I should have done Slimer comparisons. I will do Slimer comparisons. Hang on. Boom. Move that stuff back there. Proton Stream. Samhain. Venkman. I'm going to leave him off the stand just for better height representation. We do have the 1/10 scale, which is a little taller, but see how loose these have not been played with, man. We're gently displayed and then put in storage. The Diamond Select Toys Ghostbusters Select Movie Peter Venkman. Again, I'm sorry I do not have the Diamond Select RGB. Here is the Hasbro Plasma Series, which I will never get a car for because Hasbro Pulse is run by a-holes. This Venkman isn't even quite 6 inches. And T-Fix? Oh my gosh! Ah! T-Fix is here, dude. I've been shouting you out. I don't know if you heard. My mic is super scratchy. I don't have my fan on, and I'm dying because of that. Peter's wand should have the something side up, not the nozzle end. Right, but I didn't know where to plug it in. Can you help me there, please, Mr. T-Fix? So I couldn't figure out because like the handle was too thick. Like, is it supposed to be at this little like bar strap? Because I don't really want to break this clip. You can see it flexing. I mean, I can see it flexing. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, can you see that flexing out? That scares the crap out of me. Holy crap. I don't know where else to plug in, T-Fits. You don't really have a lot of room at the base of the grip either. Okay. Okay. Never mind. It fits there better. Woo! That was scary. Right where the handle meets the base unit. Thank you, sir. That was terrifying. I don't know if anybody could see the clip bending outwards on camera, but I could see it over the camera. So yeah, when the Plasma Series figures first came out, we all looked at actors' heights and measured them, and they were way too small. So we have under 6 inches here, and we have over 6 inches here. Why can no one give us 6-inch Ghostbusters figures? I just want 6-inch Ghostbusters figures. Scared me till. Again, I don't know when you joined, but I told everybody about your hot water trick with the belt. We have the Hasbro replica of the Kenner Real Ghostbusters Peter Venkman. This actually is not the Hasbro pack. This is a vintage Kenner pack. I got a bag of packs that were all broken, and I pieced together complete ones that I could snip the proton streams off of, so I could actually scoop them up without the big stream sticking up. So we have the Diamond Select Toys Mini-Mates Peter Venkman movie and the Diamond Select Toys Real Ghostbusters Mini-Mates Peter Venkman. Then for our boy Slimer, just got back in, had to do house stuff. Well, thanks for joining. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. We have the Loyal Subjects Action Vinyls Slimer. We have the Diamond Select Toys Mini-Mates movie Onion Head. Really cool. This is not a review, but you can see food in the sun, which is awesome. We have the Diamond Select Toys Real Ghostbusters Slimer. And we have the Diamond Select Toys Real Ghostbusters Slimer with Proton Pack. So there are the Slimer comparisons. And the Venkman comparisons. Now, that is all you would have gotten. Minus that stuff. And I think this was exclusive too. That is all you would have gotten if you just got the regular version from any retailer like Big Red Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. It's not sponsored. However, if you did get the Mondo 30-day timed exclusive, you got Big Samhain. And yes, you did get that with the regular one. So even if you didn't get the Big Samhain, you did still get a little Samhain getting sucked into the trap. So, we have the monster of the hour, Samhain. So, I haven't tested the joints yet, so you're going to get a first glimpse. We have single jointed elbows, goes up almost 90, rotates on there. He has, oh god, it's coming out. It's not breaking, it's coming out. So horizontal hinges on his gesturing hands. He's got like a clawed left hand, and he has like a splayed out right hand. I don't know why the color rating keeps going back. Maybe because it's getting darker outside, but it like keeps seeing it go back from like warm to cool. Single joint. I make single joint. It's always going to be single jointed shoulders. What are double jointed shoulders? What do those look like? He has a hinge shoulder, comes up to there, not quite depots, rotates all the way around. You just have to angle it to get all the way to the collar. He does not have, see, there's warm again. He does not have butterflies. Sorry, I got to test the other side. We're gesturing hand and a half in, so let's test the joint. And then plug it in. No, I didn't do the neck yet. No. He's got, like I said, it's a little bit of wiggle, but it's definitely not a, I don't know that I can call that a ball joint. So, despite the wiggle, but swivel all the way around. Head, you see, is a ball joint. So, he gets no up because of the collar. He gets okay down, though. Pretty good. He gets pretty good tilt despite the collar. Up, no, and then rotate all the way around. Pop the head off. Super easy. Super easy. He is a traffic cone from the rib cage down. That looks cool as crap, though. The subtle paint tone changes are done so well on both his head and outfit. I agree. I'm not good at articulating that, but thank you for helping me articulate that. He is a little over 8.5 inches to the top of the pumpkin and over almost 9.5 inches to the tip of the stem. I do have one other ooh, there goes my music. Come on, pop back in, thank you. I do have one other Samhain. Of course, it is you can see it off the side. It is the Diamond Select Toys Real Ghostbusters Minimates Samhain. I don't think they ever made him in the old Kenner line. Yeah, so I think this is the second ever. Without doing any research, I'm going to make the bold claim that this is the second ever Samhain action figure. Who's slightly more articulated than the Minimate, though, because this is not a review of the Minimate. Show you how the sausage is made. At least if you slide this off, it is a fully articulated body underneath. Oh, cool. I think that's the first time I've ever done that. There's a rib cage and spine. Not just a rib cage from the front. That's great. I think it's the first time I've done that. So yeah, fully articulated 14 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of articulation with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ball joints. This is not a review of this. But with the, come on, can't get it back in. There we go. With the robe on, it is less articulated than the Mondo. So there's Samhain, but I do have a bunch of other pumpkin-headed dudes. We have the Whoosh Yokai Bone Brawler because I backed it early. I got the exclusive Jack-o'-lantern head because, as you'll see, I'm a big fan of Jack-o'-lantern headed characters. We have the Four Horsemen Figura Obscura Headless Horseman with his Jack-o'-lantern head. We have the Hasbro Fortnite Victory Royale Series Punk. And then another Diamond Select Toys. I didn't bring the Minimate because I figured the Ghostbuster Minimates were going to cover the Minimates enough. But the Diamond Select Toys Silver Anniversary Deluxe Pumpkin King Jack. My favorite iteration of the character from the movie, and he barely has like 5 whole seconds of screen time. But hey, he's the first thing we see in the movie, so. All right, Venkman or Pumpkinhead? We're going to do Venkman for my usual, to take the place of Storm Shadow. So my usual comparisons. There goes Bone Brawler. Actually, pretty stable stander. It's just I hit him. So, well, this is not a review of the Whoosh Yokai Bone Brawler. All right, Jack. Put these there. Put him there. I will put him on the stand. Just again, for more accurate size comparisons, I want to keep him off his stand. But bring the Minimate back out just to take the place of Storm Shadow. Then we have the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force Agent Grimm. We're going backwards here. We're going smallest to largest. The Jakks Pacific Super Mario. I know I already used the Hasbro, but Hasbro Marvel Legends Comic Book Deadpool. Medicom FX, Snyder Cut, Justice League, Batman, making sure everyone's still on screen. The Super 7 Silverhawks Ultimates, Bluegrass and Sideman, who can't come off their stand because they can't stand by themselves because the Ultimates figures suck. This is not a review of the Silverhawks Ultimates figures, but I did make one where I got very, very angry in it, and There's lots and lots of bleeps of me censoring swears. The Mattel Masterverse Revelation Stinkor. The NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze Michelangelo. And the Mortal Kombat McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn. And since we have size comparisons good and a really ugly blue tint, I don't know how to fix that because I can't control the sunlight and I have all the usual lights on that I normally have. But we have two different size holes. We have a big and a small. So big is for the left foot and small is for the right. Easily put on. You saw he had no problem standing before, but I didn't want to ignore an accessory. They're great, man. You can't get Samhain anymore. Please don't feed scalpers. The set was $202. If you can get, and then Venkman and Slimer by themselves is $101. So if you can get Samhain for around $100, go for it. Any higher than that, and that person is trying to fleece you. I just saw enough of your tattoo to realize you're a big Watts fan. Oh, yes. And it's drawn the way it was chiseled into the outside of the hatch. You can still get Venkman and Slimer if you are interested at aforementioned retailers. Actually, they should even still be available at Mondo. So mondoshop.com, I think, not sponsored. They're great. Venkman is taller than I want him to be. And then just the complaint that everyone has is Slimer's stand isn't tall enough. Because, you know, we want him... I'm going to take a drink of water, but like we want him hovering up here. Like we want them eye to eye, head to head. So he needs a stand about that big. And I saw Misfit on Articulated Thoughts say that someone needs to, like, someone who is interviewing Mondo needs to ask them if we can get taller stands for the ghosts like Slimer. Because all of these figures, you get a Ghostbuster and you get a small ghost. And then the deluxe versions, you get the big ghost. So it won't just be Slimer, but Egon's small ghost, Winston's small ghost, Ray's small ghost. I don't know if we've seen Ray's small ghost. We've seen the big one he comes with. I can't remember who it was. Egon, who is my favorite in both live action and cartoon, is the next one up. Thank you again, Kat, for helping me secure the pre-order for Egon, who comes with also my favorite big ghost, the Boogeyman. It's freaking amazing. Winston comes with Sandman, and yeah, I cannot remember who. They just showed Ray and his big ghost at San Diego weeks ago. Mere 2.5 weeks ago. Maybe not even. Maybe just 2 weeks ago. But we got to see all 4 of the guys together, which was awesome. Yeah, and again, despite my disappointment that... Okay. Very carefully. Now we're back to warm colors. Now we're back to cool colors. Twist it as you're putting it in or taking it out. That's what she said. No, now my mom can't watch this. Just so you're not like completely yanking on the clip. But yeah, so it's the human isn't as small as I want him. Nice rubbery fingers, so should be easy to, despite me having problems, because I'm trying to do this like around the camera. There we go. Well, I had it and then it slipped out. Seriously, why am I having such a problem with this? Oh, because the other fingers are folding in. All right. Come on. Ooh, I don't like that. You see the black rubber is like coming off on the grip. That's a little disappointing. Then let's twist the hand vertical so we get an accurate pose here. How do we want this? Okay, so I did it vertically that way, and it came out of the other hand. Son of a gun. All right, let's try this again. Fingers first. Why does the ring finger and pinky keep doing that? And then thumb. So, yes, despite the humans being taller than I want them, yes, that bothers me very, very much. But, you know, this is kind of what I was hoping that the Diamond Select ones would be, but never got a chance to find out if they were or not. So while these are insanely more expensive than the Mr. Gash comes with Ray, thank you, T-Fits. As much as these cost, we should be both a tall and short stand. I agree. I feel like we should have more hands. We should have more heads, at least for the busters. And these are little things that they could easily add to make the price better. Oh, cool. I just fixed the color by zooming in. Oh, there we go. I mean, he's pretty great. Like, yeah, I wish he had double jointed knees. I wish he had double jointed elbows. I'm not going to make any excuses for that. Again, for the prices that these cost, they should have double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The butterflies should get more range forward. We should get at least one more human head and a couple more hands. Maybe some fists and some relaxed ones, so that it's not just all grips. And then, like T-Fits said, a taller stand for the small ghosts. I mean, I don't even know if anyone would ever even use, if they gave us a tall stand to put the ghosts eye to eye with the humans, I don't know if anyone would even use these smaller ones. So, maybe an alternate head on Slimer would have been nice, especially since we see the separation there. It's just, you know, glued. But like, either, you know, the determined face or, you know, a scared face. Like a happy face and a scared face would have been cool for Slimer. Elbows on Slimer would have been nice. Wrists on Slimer would have been nice. Alternate hands for Slimer would have been nice. You know, heck, give us the proton pack with Slimer with elbows and wrists, and he's got the relaxed hands and he's got grip hands, so he can use his proton pack. You know, you could give us a scared face, a happy face, and the determined face. But it is what it is. I'm not in charge. This is how they were released. There's no going back. If we ever get stuff like that, it's going to be extra cost for us, not included in these costs. And then we would just need a whole new Slimer because, like I said, that head is glued on. That is not coming off. At best, they could give us new arms, you know, pop these out and give us new ones with elbows and wrists, but that head is not coming off. So if they gave us a Slimer with a different face sculpt, they'd have to give us a whole brand new body. Unless they told us how to break that glue and made the replaceable heads with a peg that fits in the socket. But hour 15, feel it's a good time to cut it. Samhain could use more articulation, considering he's $100 himself, and all he comes with is 2 extra heads and an extra pair of hands. At the very least, different arms for Slimer. They pop out very easy. Okay, I didn't try. out. They pop out extremely easily. Thanks, T-Fits. That was like, I'll admit I was a little worried, but that was nothing to be worried about because that was insanely easy to pop out and insanely easy to pop back in. So yeah, which is also weird. You look, it's a ball. So then why don't we get more than just swivel? Like, it can't raise it up, can't move it out. It's just a swivel, but it's a ball. That's weird. Okay? But if you are a Ghostbusters fan and can afford it, I know the price is a huge sticking point for a lot of people. I know Freeps doesn't want to watch this video, despite being my best friend, who I've known for 24 years. And it's not because he doesn't want to support me, it's because he's very, very salty that these cost as much as they do. And I don't know why they do. I can't excuse that either. Like I said, without the payment plan, back in November, I wouldn't have been able to have backed this. And without Kat's help, I would not have been able to pre-order Egon or Winston. So thank you again, Kat. Love you so much. Kat also took me to see my favorite band, Ice Nine Kills, for the first time in concert ever on my birthday last Saturday, which was amazing of her. So thank you for that, Kat, and love you very much. I'm not trying to kill time. I'm not trying to keep you here. If anything, I want my videos to be shorter so more people watch them. YouTube algorithm sucks. Please help out small-time channels like me by liking the video if you liked it, commenting below, it's live chat now. So we do have a lot of activity in the chat thanks to Kat and T-Fits. But if you're watching this after the upload, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Please share this with your friends who you think either like Ghostbusters, like action figures, or would like my oddball autistic sense of humor. Please subscribe if you have not already. Every last subscriber and viewer means the absolute world to me. Those are never and will never be hollow words. You all have literally no idea. I cannot articulate the extremity of how much I appreciate each and every last one of you. It absolutely means the world to me, and just from the bottom of my heart, just every thank you is as sincere as I can make it. Upcoming videos, I'm not going to go through the list of videos I have already pre-recorded and just need to edit and upload. But ones that I haven't finished recording yet and need to edit and upload, thanks to the Articulated Thoughts forum, I have started to look at G.I. Joe Classified series. So we have the Snake Eyes Polar Bear set, we have Law and Order, and we have the Firefighter. So look forward to those. Mirage, NECA Mirage Leatherhead, NECA Toon, Creepy Eddie, and Shibano Sama. My Hot Toys Batfleck, which again I paid for, past TENIME paid for last fall, has shipped. So this is the Batfleck 2.0 Hot Toys. I'm doing a live of that as soon as it shows up. So it shipped Monday. I actually got the shipping notice before I got the shipping notice for these guys. So I'm a little shocked that they showed up first. But Hot Toys Batfleck, look for that, please. As soon as I finish the thumbnail on that, I just need to draw the box in Cartoon TENIME's hands. As soon as I finish the thumbnail, I'll figure out when I want to do a live review of that. Since I can now do this kind of review where I can talk to the camera like that, but then I can also give you a better quality close-up on the figures themselves, which I couldn't get with my iPad camera, my iPad front-facing camera. I do enjoy doing these, but again, I want to keep them as short as I can, and I'm rambling as usual. ADHD, sorry. Hot Toys Batfleck, look forward to that. No August trivia, which sucks because it was going to be MCU Guardians of the Galaxy for my birthday month. The problem there is my other microphone is dead. Like it does that. So it blinks and it doesn't. Is it on now? If it's on now, I'm going to be... Kat, we might be able to do Guardians trivia. I need to actually do that thumbnail now, because if this other mic still works, then then we can do trivia. I was going to say no monthly trivia for the meantime until I can afford another pair of mics. But if that other mic is working suddenly, because it didn't work a week and a half ago, it didn't work a week ago. So yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy live trivia. We'll figure out when for August. September will be Disney animation. October, I would like to do something spooky, but I don't know when Scream 7 comes out, and we do want to do Scream trivia again when Scream 7 comes out, just to take advantage of the YouTube, the people searching Scream 7 in the search function on YouTube. I don't know. We're approaching an hour and a half, so I apologize if you've sat here this long. But again, thank you for sitting here this long. I appreciate it. If you can't sit here the entire time, pull it up on a tab and hit mute and minimize the tab just so I still get the full view time, please. I told Threeps to do that. I'm like, I know you don't want to watch this, so can you just please open a tab and mute it and shrink it down so I at least get the watch time. The system is rigged against small people like me, so let's try and rig the system back for my advantage, shall we? Oh God. Thank you guys all for watching. Patreon.com/TENIME. Check that out. Link is already in the description. Again, thank you very much for watching. It means the world to me. And I'm just repeating myself now. So, TTFN. Stay safe. Stay safe. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.